Yo guys, what's up? Doom Omega here, bringing you a streamer Wi-Fi battle today. It's going to be the beginning of a brand new series that I do that is going to consist of just battling streamers on Twitch. Basically, yeah, I think they should probably be weekly, but it depends how many streamers I can get to, because, you know, sometimes they're not always busy. But anyways, today we're going to be going against Lindomar, who's got a pretty solid team here. It's pretty hyper-offensive. He's got the High Dragon, potentially Scarf, potentially Specs. Even Life Orb. He's got a Magnezone for trapping in the steel types. He's got a Tapu Lele, which are usually choice scarfed, just by going with the meta is currently right now. Pre-Marina, probably a bulky spec set, or maybe even Assault Vest. Mamoswine is he's going to be his lead anyway, with the rocks and the sash. And then he's got the Mega Metagross, which is really freaking overpowered right now. But yeah, and I'm going to be bringing it's a semi Hyper-O team. I do got Tapu Bulu as a special defensive guy with the Assault Vest on there. Got Mandibuzz for defogging, Mamoswine for rocks, and then we got Specs, Ash Greninja, and the Mega Metagross as well. So it should be an interesting battle. Yeah, let's get this started here. I'm not sure what he's going to lead off with. Like I said, it could be the Mamoswine for his rocks. He probably wants to get his rocks out soon. I did notice that he did not have a defogger on his team, so that was one of the things I really wanted to set up early. But he's going to start off with his High Dragon. That's okay with me. I start off with my Tapu Koko. Now I can easily go for a Dazzling Gleam or U-turn out of here. I'm pretty sure I do decide to go for the U-turn. I just decided it's the better play. Because I don't think he's going to want to stay in on a Dazzling Gleam with the High Dragon. No way, because that's going to Oko 4 times effective. Yeah, he does go into his friend zone, which is the Magnezone. And I am just going to click U-turn, get out of there. Now I get a free switch into my Mamoswine, I believe. And I can set up my rocks or go for Earthquake. I'm pretty sure he's not going to stay in on a Earthquake, especially with that 4 times weakness. He's got a lot of 4 times weaknesses on his team, but it is very well built in terms of coverage. Yeah, he's going to withdraw his things. I'm going to get my rocks up here, I do believe. And he's going to go into his own Mamoswine, and he's going to want to get his rocks up as well. He knows that if I defog, I'm going to defog away my rocks as well. So there is that. Unfortunately for me, if I had a spinner, it would have been a bit easier. But I'm just going to go for the Earthquake, and it's going to bring him down to about 40%, I believe. Yeah, about 40, just around 40%. And he's going to set up his own rocks. And he could risk a speed tie here, but I don't think he's going to. He's probably just going to go right for the Ice Shard, break my sash, and then sack off his Mamoswine. He's just glad the rocks are up. So he does go for the Ice Shard. And I do believe I just go for the Earthquake. Just going to pick up the kill on this Mamoswine. That's good for me. Mamoswine is definitely... not only can he set up rocks, but he is a pretty strong force. Ground types and Ice type is a very a viable offensive threat in the metagame. He's going to go into his Metagross. I really can't do much here. Metagross hits pretty much everything on my team for decent damage besides Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz kind of walls it, but at the same time, Meteor Mash is going to do a chunk of damage, especially after rocks. As you see there, I take rocks damage, and he's going to Mega Evolve his Decepticon and go for the Meteor Mash, I am presuming. And Mandibuzz is not going to like it. I do believe I should be able to survive too, and then go for a foul play. And probably take out his Metagross, considering he has a super high attack. And he's going to go for the Meteor Mash here. Unfortunately for me, he gets the attack raise, which is super unfortunate. Otherwise, it would have been a 2-hit KO. He does take the Rocky Helmet damage, but it's not good for me. Especially, that's going to be a huge threat for me now. If he didn't get this attack raise, it would have been a lot better. But unfortunately, I'm going to hard switch into my Metagross here, which I didn't want to lose my Mandibuzz because I thought I could get my... I could go for a defog later on if I needed to. I'm going to take a bit of damage, and I'm going to risk a speed tie here. I'm going to Mega Evolve and then go for the Earthquake. He's probably just going to go straight up for the Earthquake as well. But here I go. I'm going to Mega Evolve, and I'm assuming he's going to go for the Earthquake as well. I don't think he's going to stay in. He does risk it as well, and he does win the speed tie, which is really unfortunate for me. The RNG gods are not on my side right now, unfortunately, but it is what it is. Pokemon is just that kind of game, so... But he's going to pick up the kill on my Metagross, which is kind of a problem for me, because he has a Lele, which kind of sucks. I kind of want the thing to have enough HP to have a Shadow Ball, but at the same time, I do want a Mandibuzz alive too, because I want to defog those rocks if I can. He's going to... Oh wait, no, I double out into my Tapu Power, expecting that he goes into a Pre-Marina here, And I do believe he switches. I don't think he definitely wants to preserve his Metagross here. So I'm going to get the Tapu Bulu out, going to summon out the Grassy Terrain, and he does withdraw, so I make a good prediction here. And he goes into Trishula, which is actually the Hydreigon, and also that's very fine with me as well. As I told you guys in the very beginning, I am Assault Vested, so if this thing wants to go for a Fire Blast, by all means it could go. I'm going to live it pretty easily, especially after the Grassy Terrain recovery. He's just going to U-turn out. He doesn't want any part of my Tapu Bulu. I'm not sure what he's going to go into. He's probably going to go into his yeah, he does go into Magnezone here. Magnezone is going to get hit by a Mega Horn. I'm not sure why I had Mega Horn on this set. It was supposed to be actually abandoned Bulu, but I kind of just threw Assault Vest on this team because it needed a bit of special defense and electric coverage, so it worked out well. Usually I'd have Horn Leech on it, which is much better on a Assault Vest one, but unfortunately I did not have it on this team. And yeah, I'm not gonna stay in on this. I do want this thing alive because I need to survive some Psychics and Moonblasts from the Tapu Lele. I'm just gonna sack off my Mandibuzz here now. Unfortunately, it can't do much. Flash Cannon, and honestly, nothing on my team really wanted to take a Flash Cannon besides Mandibuzz, but unfortunately, it was too low health after that attack raise on the Metagross, and I couldn't withdraw it. But anyways, I'm just gonna go right back into my my Mamoswine here. And I'm going to threaten him out, rather, and he's probably going to want to go back into his, yeah, he's going to go into his Hydreigon, expecting the Earthquake. I do go for an Icicle Crash here, I believe, and I think it misses here. Yeah, unfortunately the Icicle Crash misses, which is really another, like I said, the RNG gods are not on my side, but it does suck, but unfortunately, I do live a Dark Pulse here, so I did go for the Ice Shard. I could have went for an Icicle Crash. It didn't matter. He's going to go first if I go for Icicle Crash, so the Dark Pulse is going to go off no matter what. But I do live on 8 HP, so I am going to be able to take out this Hydreigon, which isn't too bad for me. Supposedly, he said that he was running the Draconium Z on it. Fortunately for me, my team kind of does well against that because I have two fairies in Tapu Koko and Tapu Bulu, so that is kind of nice. And he's going to go right out into his Decepticon, which is a huge threat for my team, as you guys have seen, especially the Steel type against my team, because I have this thing, and I got two fairies as well. I know Coco's not, it's not super effective against Coco, but he doesn't necessarily want to take any kind of attack from this thing, especially not a switch in anyway. But he does just go for the Bullet Punch. Now, I kind of wanted to preserve my Mamoswine here in case I did need to go for, a Ice Shard later on in the game, but he's not going to stay on. I do double out into my Tapu Koko this time, expecting the Primarina, and I think I do make a good play here. I think he switches out, and yeah, he's not going to want to take any kind of Dark Pulse. He wants to preserve this thing as long as he can. Yeah, he's going to switch out. He's probably going into his Primarina here, which is Ashurahushi. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I double out, make a good play. T-Bolt, I don't think anything on his team wants to take a T-Bolt now that his Mamoswine's down, which is real nice for me. He is going to sack off his Friend Zone here, because Thunderbolt is going to be a 2-hit KO after Rocks. Now the thing is, I actually did have HP Ground on this Koko, but I kind of just clicked Thunderbolt. I know it would be a kill again, but I don't know why I didn't go for the HP Ground. I guess I kind of saved it. Not that it's going to hit anything on his team, but it was kind of scary. I was kind of worried because I didn't actually realize that I had HP Ground on it until after I clicked Thunderbolt. And I was like, ooh, this one has HP Ground. That's not good. But I did risk it. If I got a low roll, it's possible that I could have survived. But he's going to go into his Lele, telling me that he's likely Scarfed here. So, Moonblast is likely coming. He's not going to go for a Psychic, I don't think. So I'm going to see what he does. I'm going to go into my Mandibuzz here, just sack it off. It can't do much now. At 19 HP, it's pretty much useless. The rocks are going to kill it anyway. So it was actually good to keep him around. Although I do take a little bit of Bullet Punch damage on the Greninja. Yeah, basically Mandibuzz was just a sack. Now I can go to Bulu. He's not going to want to take anything from this, and I live, I think Moonblast and Psychic both do like 29 to 30% after the Grassy Terrain's like up, so he is going to withdraw. He's likely going into his, okay, yeah, he's going to sack off his Primarina here. I guess that's kind of good for him because I'm going to get some recoil damage from the Wood Hammer. And I'm still not going to be in range for a Lele Psychic, so I do get to keep my Bulu around, which is good. But yeah, see, I'm down to just over half now. I'm going to get the Grassy Chain Recovery. Once again, that's good, but I am kind of getting whittled down, and he's going to go right back into his Decepticon. See, this thing is just kind of murdering my team at this point. But like I said, I'm going to keep this thing alive. I do need it to kill that Tapu Lele. And I'm just going to sack my Greninja off here. It didn't matter. I have Greninja and Coco left. Either one's going to die to a Bullet Punch at this range, unfortunately. So he goes for the Meteor Mash. He's going to pick up the kill. Thunderbolt will kill on the... But unfortunately here he gets the attack rise again, which it really kind of screws me over. It actually wins him the game, I believe, because now Bullet Punch kills both Tapu Koko, or it would have killed a Greninja at +1. They're both really frail in that regards, especially on the defense side. Greninja does resist it, but it's particularly more frail than Koko is, so I thought Koko would be my better chance because Thunderbolt kills from this range. But unfortunately now a Bullet Punch is going to be able to take me out. And yep, there goes my Koko. Unfortunately, see, if he didn't get the attack raise, I probably would have won because Thunderbolt kills the Metagross, and then I just go into Bulu, and it takes one of whatever it has. And then I just go for a move, and it kills the Lele. But unfortunately, the Koko does go down to the Bullet Punch. After the +1, it's a Bullet Punch, Tough Claws boosted, so he doesn't even have to go to Meteor Mash, doesn't want to risk it. And down goes my Bulu, and that is going to be GG. So unfortunate turns of events for me, but it was a good match. It was a 2-0, so good on him. He definitely played well. It's just that the RNG kind of bit me in the butt after. But yeah, anyways, good game to him. If you guys want to check him out, he has a YouTube and a Twitch. He's another streamer on Twitch, as I said, as it is streamer Wi-Fi battles, so this is going to be against a streamer. But yeah, the links for his channel and my Twitch channel will be in the description. Make sure you check the dude out. He's a good battler, good streamer, and yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. The next Wi-Fi battle for streamers is probably going to be up sometime next week, so stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys all later.